cut all the perfectionism. If you're scared that people are gonna judge and look at you, they will probably look. Will they be judging? I don't know. You're so in your head that you're like, oh, my life is boring. Nobody's gonna wanna watch these videos. And you're just second guessing yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey, I'm Patricia, a 20-something-year-old who lives in Atlanta, Georgia and has been creating content about 3 or so years. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks on how you can become a content creator. And sorry if I sound kind of nasally, I don't know, I hope I'm not getting sick. For those who may not know, I've been creating content for about like 3-ish years now. I started out on TikTok making like art videos, and then I transitioned into gaming stuff. And at that point, I started making YouTube videos as well, revolving around my gaming setup, vlogs, etc. And I recently did a Q&A video. I got a ton of questions asking about like tips and tricks on how to become a content creator. And I was like, okay, might as well compile a list and share with y'all. But reminder, I'm still very much a beginner. You know, 3 years isn't anything like crazy. I'm not a vet or anything. By the way, these tips and tricks are from my personal own experience. So if you are an individual that is interested in creating content and honestly not too sure how to start, this video is for you. I hope this video can be of some help. But enough yapping, let's get into the video. First tip that I would give is cut all the perfectionism. I know that's easily more said than done, honestly, because I also want everything to be perfect. Whether it's like my work, hobbies, cleaning, like literally, I would really like everything to be perfect, so I try my hardest. But you know what, content creation, YouTube, TikTok, if you're doing content on Instagram, whatever, cut it all out. Okay, trying to make the perfect content is only gonna harm you. Being so fixated on trying to get everything perfect, whether that's like the lighting, camera, audio, scenery, outfit, makeup, editing software, like that's just gonna halt you. For example, say you really wanna start making YouTube videos and you don't have a camera, you just have your phone and you're looking at camera prices and you get discouraged and you stop yourself. You're like, oh, I can't make content because I don't have a good camera. Well, you can still make pretty good videos on your phone, y'all. Trust me, I have an iPhone 13 and the video quality isn't bad, but my boyfriend has a 15 and it's literally amazing. So yeah, if you have a good phone, you know, use it while you can until you can upgrade. And then editing softwares, there's Adobe where there's a monthly subscription. There's Final Cut Pro that's like $300 up front. So I know like editing softwares, they cost money. That could be a bit off-putting. You'd be like, oh dang, okay, I have the video clips, but I have nothing to edit with. You do, Bestie. There's a lot of free editing softwares out there. There's like CapCut, there's other ones, but that's the only one that I know of. I'm gonna do some research and I'm gonna put other free editing softwares on the screen that y'all can utilize. But for TikToks, I definitely use CapCut on my phone. Okay, we got the phone out the way, we got the editing out the way. There's free, cheap options out there. You don't always have to start off with the top tier products, okay? You know, we gotta start somewhere. And then lighting. I know lighting like matters a lot in shots, but you know, if it's ass lighting, at least record the shot and you can color grade and edit it afterwards. And the list goes on. I can continue like elaborating on what's holding you back. It's just don't let the excuse you're making like stop you from creating content altogether. Because putting out work that isn't perfect is better than not putting content out at all. At least you're actively trying and you're working towards something. You're working on a project and you upload it and you're proud of it, you know? It may not be perfect 100% in your eyes, but your audience can think otherwise and really like it. Yeah, that's my first tip. Just stop trying to make everything perfect because there's beauty in the imperfections. Your girl knows how to yap. Second tip is also a one I feel like is gonna be on a lot of other people's like basic tips and tricks. But honestly, consistency is key. Even if you're uploading like once a week, every 2 weeks, posting something is better than nothing. But also don't overwhelm yourself and overwork yourself trying to uphold with these uploads. I feel like as long as you're trying, you will feel that personally and also your audience will understand as well. But yeah, again, consistency is key. I've been posting on YouTube for 3 years. I have over 100 videos and for majority of the time, I have been posting at least 1 video a week. At first it was randomly, now I'm trying to post Saturdays and Sundays. And for YouTube purposes, it may not even have to be like posting a video. It could be like posting on your community, replying back to comments, keeping that communication going with your audience. But yes, overall, y'all, if you want to become a content creator, you're gonna have to make content and upload it. Just try to be a little bit hard on yourself to keep that consistency going. Honestly, it's hard in the beginning. Like recording content easy, it's fun, but the editing side of it, I know a lot of people like dread it because it is a long process. Like me personally, I do rough cuts after I get the clips and then I do a polished edit, and then I add like transitions, music, sound effects, text, etc., and then I'm done with it. And that could be overwhelming for people, understandable, especially when you're starting out and you're learning like a new editing software. But that's just a part of the game, y'all. I feel like it's fun in a way, especially to see like your finished product and then uploading it and your audience sees it and they're just like as geeked as you are. Like, oh my god, so-and-so just uploaded a video. Da-da-da-da. So yeah, overall what I'm trying to say is consistency is key. Once you get that routine going, it's gonna get easier from there, trust me. I know in the beginning it's definitely hard, but yeah, once that routine kicks in, you'll be straight. You'll be alright. But definitely like take it easy so you also don't burn yourself out, because that can happen. The next one would be to understand social media culture as a whole, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Like say for example, if something is trending on TikTok and you want to jump on that video idea, do it. Like at that very moment would be the perfect time too, because it's already trending, it's getting the views, and then having your video uploaded during the same time frame, it'll boost the chances of your video getting more views, engagement, interactions, likes, comments, etc. But if following trends isn't really your thing, that's understandable. But there's more to just trends on understanding like social media culture. It could be slang. For example, when demure came out and it was like, oh, I'm so demure, I'm so cutesy. I'm obviously chronically online. So I was like saying that stuff in my vlogs, and it was funny because, you know, my audience understands it, and it was just like that communication's there. You know, we're all chronically online together. And also another side, what I mean when I say like understanding social media culture, content, etc., is to watch various different content creators. Each content creator has their own recording style, the way they speak, the way they edit their videos, the way they capture a shot, how they do their color grading, the fonts, etc. And then that creates their videos. And it's nice just to like watch a fun video, but like on an editing standpoint, as a content creator standpoint, you don't want to like dissect that video. You're gonna be like, oh, look at this light transition that they put in the beginning. Oh, they used that font. Look how they brought up the music and they brought it down when they were talking. Or it was like a song that really pumped you up and it fit perfectly with the scenery or the color grading, etc. Like there's so many stuff that goes into a video. So like I feel like once you watch a lot of people's content, you'd end up figuring out what do you like and what you want to include in your video. But then you don't want to copy. At the end of the day, you want to like make it your own. Your tweaks, personal style, and all that jazz into it, because you don't want that video to scream like so-and-so. You want it to be your video. And then on another note, it's good to stay connected on social media and understand the culture, but also on a world standpoint and know what's going on outside of your life, outside of social media, and in the real world. You know, there's fires, there's wars. Just be mindful, educate yourself on what's going on. Because one, you don't want to come off ignorant, okay? Not in this day and age. At the finger of your tips, you can educate yourself. And then keeping up with the news and what's going on in the world can help you determine when you want to post. Because you don't want to like post something that's so tone deaf and people's giving you side eyes. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that right now? Read the room. This is not appropriate. Come on now. Just keep up to date with the world. You know, I feel like that should go for everybody though, because yeah. Okay, my tip 4 should have been like a tip 2, because it would have been nice for like beginners to hear, but hopefully y'all are still here in the video. And that would be that you're thinking too much about yourself. You know, you're so in your head that you're like, oh, my life is boring. Nobody's gonna wanna watch these videos. I literally stay at home all day, don't do anything entertaining. Nobody's gonna like this. And you're just second guessing yourself, and you're not thinking about your audience and what they would like to see and how they'll perceive it and enjoy it in a way. The type of content I enjoy, there's a variety. There's gaming, there's vloggers, there's like high-level vloggers that do so much fun stuff, and that's so like not my reality that like I vicariously live through them, and that's entertaining. There's another version of vloggers that are very homey and cozy and are literally just homebodies and chill and do things that I do on a normal basis. And there's a lot of people out there that enjoy that type of content too. So if you're saying, oh, my life is boring, nobody's gonna like this, you don't know that. Like there's like a hand. Sorry if you hear that dog barking, but yes, there's a lot of content creators out there that just focus solely on cozy content, chill, cozy content. Because trust me, you have something to share. I know there's something that you have to share, whether it's that, you know, you're funny and you have story times, or you're educational and gonna be teaching your audience various amount of things, or you're doing like makeup, fashion, vlogging, if you're into cars, gaming, etc. Like you have something that you're able to share, and there's gonna be people out there that's interested. So just don't be so in your head and like beat yourself up and like second guess yourself that nobody's gonna like your content and nobody's gonna watch it, they're not gonna care, because you don't know that. There's so many people out in the world and so many people that indulge in content and entertainment, and the algorithm works in a funny way. So who knows, maybe your video will pop up on their TL and they'll be like, you're cool as hell, and subscribe to you, and you'll have like lifelong subscriber. You never know, but you just have to take that chance. And I know that's the scary part because people are gonna receive you, but if you wanna become a content creator, that's what you have to do. Just don't be in your head too much and literally just do it. Like, you have stuff to share, you'll find your audience sooner or later. And since I was on the topic of niches, that kind of plays into tip 5. I'm all here for niches. I feel like I'm in a niche. I'm in like the anime, vloggers, manga, gaming niche, right? I don't know. If you're a patty cake and you're here, what niche am I in? I don't know. But yes, I'm all here for niches. Niches are nice. And I still feel like I'm very much in my niche. I haven't really explored too much out. But a tip I would like to say is don't box yourself in a niche for too long. Once you get that niche, it is nice though. Like when you have a niche, you know you'll have that group of people that'll support you for that specific content. But also keep in mind that, you know, you don't want to keep yourself stuck in a box forever. You want to grow and extend your content. Keep evolving and trying new things. Like me personally, I feel like challenges would be fun. Like I know a lot of my audience was like, oh, I'd like to see you do more like baking stuff, or what's that one when there's 3 people and one of them closes their mouth, one of them blindfolds themselves, and another one puts their headphones on and they try to cook something together. That's a challenge I would like to do, but I'm not too sure if my audience would like challenges, but also I still want to do it because it sounds fun. So that's an example. Like I'm in a niche, but then I'm questioning myself on if I should extend outwards and try new things. And I feel like overall the answer is yes, you should try it regardless. Even if your audience doesn't like it, there could be a new audience that may like it. Your audience will probably still like it, actually, now that I think about it, because they like you for you. They're gonna like the content that you post because they enjoy you, your personality. But yes, I know niches seem very like safe and easy, but there's so many different forms of content that you can do, and just don't get comfortable and try new things if you feel up to it. Like no pressure if not. The next one is for the people that are just starting out and they're scared. Just get over yourself, y'all. Like pull out that camera. Nobody's gonna be watching y'all. If you're scared that people are gonna judge and look at you, they will probably look. Will they be judging? I don't know. You don't have to ask them if they're judging. But majority of the time, if they're old head, they're probably just like, oh, what is this kid doing? They just pulled out a camera. And then they're gonna try to move because they probably don't want to be in the camera, or they probably don't care. Like I said earlier in the video, it's better to get that content. I know it may seem cringe, and trust me, it is. Like imagine pulling out your camera and oh my god, no, hi guys, today I'm at this. That's cringe. But trust me, at the end of the day, getting that content is better than going home empty-handed and you're like, wow, I just wasted a day. I know it's definitely scary to record in public, and I low-key still feel like that. Whenever I'm in public, that's why I got this mic, by the way. I can just be like, hi guys, I can lower my voice and talk and you guys will still hear me clearly. That's one of the main reasons why I got this audio, because you know, pulling out your camera and imagine you don't have this external mic, you're gonna have to protrude your voice out there higher, and the chances of people hearing you are greater. So there's ways around it. You know, in my case, get a mic, maybe get like a smaller camera so it's kind of discreet that you're not recording. You know, if you have a bigger camera, people are gonna be like, oh, what's she doing? What's he doing? Regardless, filming in public is cringe. Unless you have the confidence of like, I don't know, then you're good. But me personally, I've been a shy person since I was a kid. I could barely speak in front of a public crowd, even in college, y'all. But if you wanna make content outside, like vlogging, you definitely would have to get over it. Or you could be like a discreet vlogger. Like you can record it on your camera and then go home and do a voiceover. So there's ways around it, but at the end of the day, you'll have to pull out your camera. And I know it's cringe, I know people are gonna be watching, but trust me, I feel like they will not, I doubt they'll be judging unless you run into like the meanest person ever, because people have so much other things going on in their lives that one, they see hella people on a daily basis. Two, I'm pretty sure they've seen other people with cameras as well. So it's not like they're gonna pinpoint on you unless you just do something like mad disrespectful. If you're disrupting the peace, like screaming in a library. You know, like I know there's people that does content like that. But yes, y'all, just get over yourself. You're too in your head. Go out there, record your content. And if you're cringe, who cares? People are gonna see it as cringe in the beginning, but trust me, once you blow up, who cares? Okay, this is a tip that I actually got from somebody else on TikTok, but I per se didn't follow it in the beginning, but let me just say the tip first. With the vlogging at an all-time high, I know a lot of beginner content creators wanna start out that route, and go for it because I sure did. If you go down to my YouTube channel, the first video is probably like a gaming desk tour or upgrade, and then the second one was probably a vlog. But I know a lot of people say for advice, like, don't start out with vlogs because people don't know who you are. Why would they watch that? Like, they could low-key care less because you're just a random person. People usually tune in for vlogs if they like the individual, if they already know who you are and are interested in that. But me at that time 3 years ago, I didn't know that. I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna post my vloggy vlog and whoever watches watches. And I still feel like that. At that time, I wasn't even like heavy set on getting like subscribers and building a community. I was just like, you know, let me just put myself out there, and if people find me and they like my content, so be it. But if you are the type of person that wants to start creating content and like immediately gain a bunch of subscribers, followers, etc., maybe take some time, sit down and think about various videos that you can make that's not vloggy. Like, for example, be informational, educational, teach your audience something. Like if you know about cameras, do a whole video of comparing like popular cameras that people are interested in. Or be funny, like I said earlier, do story times. It doesn't have to even be cameras. It could be just like beauty tips, hair, fashion, cooking, book recommendations, etc. Like, the world of like information is so big. And if you're knowledgeable on the subject, share it. If you're someone that wants to start creating content and don't really care what the people say and want to focus on vlogs, even though you don't have an audience, similar to how like I started out, just go for it. Make the vlogs. Who cares if people don't know who you are? They're gonna find out through the vlog. But if you're on the other side and wanna create videos that you feel like are gonna create buzz and gain a lot of people's interest rather quickly, like I said, be funny, informational, and get in that niche. And then if you want to venture out sooner or later and start making vlogs, once you feel like you have a big enough audience that cares enough to watch those vlogs, go for it. But yeah, that's why I said this wasn't really like a tip, it was kind of advice that I personally didn't take. The next one would be to repeat content that works. For example, myself, I posted a manga shopping with me video because I obviously like manga. I showcase it a lot in my YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, I think my audience would like to see me actually go manga shopping instead of like just showing hauls when I get home. So I used to do a lot of videos like manga shopping with me. So the first manga shopping with me did pretty well, and then I just continued doing that whenever I wanted to re-up and get new manga. So if you see something working, don't change it, you know, keep doing the same thing. What's that saying? Don't fix something that's not broke. There you go. And in the process of making videos that work, just make it like a series, so it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm just repeating the same content. It could just be like part 1, part 2, part 3, or episode 1, 2, 3, and you're making it a series. That's fun. I've seen various series on TikTok, YouTube, like living alone in New York, what I wear in a week, what I eat in a week, stuff like that. So if it works, just don't fix it. Just remake the same content. Yeah, don't overwork yourself thinking, oh, I don't have anything new to record, da-da-da-da-da. Sometimes your audience doesn't want new stuff. They just want like the same old, same old. And yeah, the next one would be to look over your analytics. I know the YouTube option for analytics literally shows you so much. It shows you the demographic, their age, location. They show you what your audience is watching, what's trending currently. There's so much in the analytics tabs on YouTube. Utilize it, look at it, understand what the stats mean, figure out who your audience is, what content they'll like to see, because that's really how you figure out if something is working. Like, yes, a video could have a lot of views, but are people dropping early on? What's the retention rate? How long are they watching the video for? Is there a specific part of the video that people are leaving? It's one thing to post a video, but it's also good on another hand to look at the stats, the data, and see how the video is doing and keeping updated with your audience, what they're watching, who their favorite content creators are that's similar to yours. The next one would be to work on 2 types of videos. The first type of video would be videos that bring in new audience. Like I said earlier, like eye-catching, attention-grabbing, educational, funny, all that jazz. Like people that don't know who you are, it'll be a video that attracts them to your channel and attracts them to you. This is gonna widen your audience, bring in new people, more views, potentially more engagement, likes, and just broadening your reach, because once new people come in, YouTube's gonna be pushing that video out to a wider audience as well. And for the second type of video, that'll be a retention type of video. This type of video is gonna make the people that already follow you or subscribe to you want to keep following you and subscribing to you. Similar to one of the tips that I gave before, it'll be to continue making videos that you know you do good, or something in your niche. If it's the vlogs, these people are already a part of your community, they know who you are, and with this type of video, you wanna keep them in and continue to keep them interested with the content that you already produce, that they know, they like, and love. So it's not too hard. Just continue making the videos that you know you personally like as well, and also your audience, and then also videos that you find are fun and can bring in new people. Teamwork strategies do not work. Okay, besties? I've seen this on TikTok a lot. Like a lot of like YouTube follow trains, support for support. I know in your head, you think it's gonna work. That sounds like so nice and supportive. But at the end of the day, like those aren't like, you're not acquiring new supporters or subscribers or followers organically. Like these people that they're doing for follow, support for support, subscribe for subscribe, they're gonna subscribe to you and then unfollow you like a week later. They honestly don't care for you and your content. They just want to gain that follower. And that's it. Like, it just does not come off organically. I see why in theory, you know, it might sound like it would work. But longevity wise, I have doubts. And I'm only saying that because I see these type of follow trains a lot. But who knows, maybe some people may actually gain like subscribers that last through these like support for support channels, journeys, whatever. I personally don't see that working in the long run though. So just try to steer clear of that, you know, try to gain followers organically. Don't fake the funk, just be true to yourself, create content that you personally like and that you enjoy and post it out into the world. And again, like I said, the people that enjoy your content will find you and continue to support you in your content creator journey. But just have a really good hook. On TikTok, we have such short attention spans, literally like 1 or 2 seconds. Maybe 3. If you're doing like a YouTube intro for TikTok, like, oh my God, hi guys, welcome to my TikTok. Baby, they are like 3 videos past yours. Definitely edit the video to put the most interesting part in the beginning to try to keep the viewer watching as long as possible. Because TikTok is such like short form content, you can keep the YouTube intro, the YouTube talk. Even for YouTube though, I do feel like you should put like, if you do an intro to your video like I do, put like some of the interesting stuff in the beginning, like the first 10 seconds, so that can actually give people a look and feel of what your full video kind of sums up to be. This is just like intro related basically. For YouTube or TikTok, just put something fun in the beginning to give people a little preview of what your video is gonna consist of. Keep them entertained, you know, just to have fun. Like at the end of the day, I feel like that's what content is for. You shouldn't be going into this thinking, oh, I'm gonna make mad money, because unless you're like the Emma Chamberlain that literally blows up in the matter of like a couple months, it's gonna be a slow and steady process, bestie, okay? But if you do blow up in such a short amount of time, I'm gonna be so happy for you because you earned it, you deserved it. But if you're like, I feel like 90% of content creators that just started, it's gonna be a slow and steady process. And don't worry about the money because you're not doing it for the money. That could be a plus, but at the end of the day, you should be doing this because you like it, you love it, you find joy in recording content, and you like sharing it with the world. Just don't psych yourself out or overthink or doubt yourself too much. And just go for it. Create content that you always wanted to, and don't worry that it's not perfect, and just create content that you know you're proud of and that you feel like your audience and the world would enjoy, because that's what it's all about. It's not supposed to be something harder than we're making it out to be. For all the new beginner content creators or for the people that want to get started, you got this. Like, don't overthink yourself. Just go for it. Pick up that camera, pick up that phone, and record whatever you want. Whatever content that you want to make, get it out there. Just get started. That's the hardest part, trust me. Getting started, and after that, you're gonna get in that routine, start recording, editing, and then it gets easier, trust me. But you got this, you got this. All right, y'all, so that is all the tips and tricks that I had for individuals that wanted to start getting into content creation, or those people that's already in it and just needed a little bit more advice and guidance on how to proceed. Take that advice with what you will and do what you must. Those are just some things that I wish I learned early on in the beginning. So I'm glad I'm able to share that with y'all. I hope it was helpful in a way. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.